Hi, welcome. This is a video on basic graphing. This is at the proficient level, and they've been asked us to graph this equation by making a table of values. They've given us the f of x is equal to 2 raised to the x power plus 3. And so they have given us some values. They've helped us out by providing us with x values. If they had not, we could have given the x values, and that's something that we would often do. But to help us out here a little bit, once we're getting started, they just gave us the x values. So I'm going to take 2 to the minus 8 and then plus 3. And on this case, you can take something like this and just do like put it in your calculator. Let's say um, I've got 2 raised to the minus 8 power. Well, depending on what kind of calculator you're using, um, this is set to standard, but I can change it to scientific. And then that gives me, like here, x to the y. And that would give me 2. And then I just hit this button, x to the y, raised to the 8 power. I'm going to make that negative 8. And then I hit enter, and then it gives me, like 0.00390250625. So I'm going to say 0.00, I'm going to round that to 4 thousandths. So 0.004. But then that's added to 3. So if I go back to this and then I just hit plus 3, makes it 3.004. So 3.004. And then I'm just gonna substitute in the other values. Here's negative 1. So what is 2 raised to the negative 1 power? Let's try that. What is, so I'm gonna clear this. 2 raised to the 1, make it negative 1 power equals 0.5. 0.5. Once again, that's added to 3. Plus 3 would be 3.5. So here, this would be 3.5. And then 0. What happens if I raise 2 to the 0 power? Let's see what happens. 2 raised to the 0 power equals 1, which plus 3 is 4. So this then is 4. And how about negative 5? I'm sorry, negative point, not negatives, 0.5 or just 0.5 or 1/2. What happens if I raise 2 to the 0.5 or just 0.5 power? Well, let's see what happens. Clear that. 2 raised to the 0.5 power. Is it 1.414, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, cool. So what about, and then I add, remember I have to add that to 3. So it gives it 4.4. 4.414. 4.414. And then finally, what happens if x is 2? Well, I go back over here, and I take 2 raised to the 2 power, and you probably just can figure that one out. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 would be 7. And so here we've got 7. And now we can graph this and see kind of what happens. So once again, this is my positive y-axis. This is my positive x-axis. Count over here, 2, 4. There's 5. Count up here, 2, 4, and there's 5. Count over here, 2, 4, and there's negative 5. Down here, 2, 4, and negative 5's down here. So going 3 past the negative 5, negative 8 is over here, and I'm up to just about 3, pretty much just basically 3. And then at -1, I'm at 3.5. So -1, 3.5. And then at 0, I'm at 4. 0, I'm at 4. At 1, no, I'm sorry, 0.5, half of that x is at 4.414. So just right about there. And then at 2, down over 2, I'm at 7. So here's 5, 6, 7. And so you can kind of see what's happening. If I put these together, this continues kind of up like that, and then it goes up from there. And this connects over here. And if you're unsure kind of what a graph is with the values that you have here, you could just as easily put in what happens if I put in -5 for x. What happens if at -3? What happens at -3? And you can plug in those to find out what the y values are. But this is what happens in between. It just goes down gradually, and this just comes down and kind of just stays really close to 3. And that's what this looks like.